Hello, my name is Hans George Campbell, and today I thought I'd show you how to prep a compact flash card on your PC so that it can be used in Amiga emulation or with a real Amiga computer. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to go to your Start menu down here. I'm using Windows 7 64-bit in case you want to follow along. And you want to type in disk part and hit the enter key. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to type in the the list disk command. So we type in list disk, and that will show us a list of the drives in our system. Okay. Now, this 1 terabyte drive here is my main Windows 7 hard drive, so I don't want to mess with that one. And these are 256 gigabyte hard drives that I have plugged into my IC dock. These are my backup drives. So the one I want is disk 3, which is 128 megabyte. Well, it's 122 megabytes formatted or whatever. Anyway, this is the one that we want. So that's disk 3. So we want to select that. So we type in the select command, select disk 3. Okay, disk 3 is now the selected disk, and you want to verify that. It's very important that you verify that. So again, we use the list command for that. As you can see, there is now an arrow that's next to disk 3. That means that it is the one that's selected. Okay, now what we have to do, in order to use a compact flash card with an Amiga computer, all of the Windows or Macintosh partitions need to be wiped off of the compact flash card. And we do that with the clean command. Be very careful when you use this command that you're using it on your compact flash card, because this command not only wipes out all the partitions, but it also wipes out the boot partition and the boot block. It does a total wipe. Okay, so be careful when using this command. Okay, disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk, and the way you verify that, always verify what you're doing, is again we use the list command. And now you'll see, you noticed before under free space it was 0 on all the drives, but now since we wiped the compact flash card, this should be the same as this because it's wiped. So you have this is the size of the drive right here, and this is the free space after it's wiped. So these two should be the same. Okay, so that looks good. Now, we cannot use the compact flash card on any computer the way it is. Windows, the Macintosh, the Amiga, nothing will recognize this compact flash card the way it is. You have to reinstall some kind, you have to recreate some kind of a boot block, in order for the Amiga, in this case, to recognize the compact flash card. So the way we do that is with the create command. So we type in create partition, okay, create partition primary. And we double check that. Create partition primary. And you hit the enter key. This part succeeded in creating the specified partition. And again, we use the list command to verify that. Okay, so now, if you notice, it's back to 0B, and that's what we want. Okay, so now we have properly set up a CompactFlash card so that it will work in a real Amiga computer or in Amiga emulation in this case. Okay, so now we exit disk part by typing in the exit command. Okay, so now that 128 megabyte CompactFlash card is ready for an Amiga computer. Okay, so I'm going to load up WinUAE. It's the Amiga emulator for the PC, the 64-bit version. And I think this is the latest version. It's like version 4 point something, because it also supports the bridge boards. It has like the different bridge boards, and I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I downloaded this one actually last night. Okay. Alrighty, so I have it set up as an Amiga 4000. I know a lot of you guys like to set your Amiga emulation as an Amiga 1200, but to me the Amiga 4000 and Amiga 1200 is basically the same thing. So I just set mine up with Amiga 4000, an Amiga 4000 computer. Okay, so we want to go here to select image file, and we want to select the install ADF. Okay, so the disk drive is set up. Then we go to CD and hard drives, and we want to add the CompactFlash card. Okay. Okay, so we do that by selecting it. If you notice, it says generic storage device 0903. That's our CompactFlash card for sure. It also says under the boot block information, it says UNK, which stands for unknown, and that's okay. That's perfect. Now, if you ever see like dash marks there, it's not going to work. You need to redo, you need to re-prep that CompactFlash card using the PC. It should say UNK if it's been successfully prepped using disk part. So this is ready to go. We're going to select that, okay, as our hard drive, CompactFlash card, and then we're going to click on Add Hard Drive. Okay, and you see that's loaded. Okay, and now for display, so that you guys can see what I'm doing, I'm going to set this for 1024 by 768, and this should work. I mean, then we're going to go ahead and start the emulation. Okay. And to untrap the mouse cursor, or cursor, however you pronounce it, I'm going to do the Alt-Tab, and that will allow me to move the Amiga emulation screen right above my nice little Amiga 1000 computer. How about that? That looks pretty cool. And then we'll just click back in here. Okay, as you can see, it's an Amiga 4000. We have 2 megabytes chip memory and 8 megabytes of fast memory, so that's good. And we have the Workbench 3.1 install disk loaded up. So let's double click on that. Okay, and then we double click on HD Tools. Okay, let me show you something about the HD Tool icon. Click on that once, and we're going to go up here to Information. Now, I already changed mine, but the default for the SCSI device name is going to be SCSI period device, and that won't work. You need to rename it to UAE HF period device and then save it. Now, I've already done that, so I don't have to save it. So we'll just click on cancel for that. I just wanted to show you that. Like if you load up AC Tools and you don't see your CompactFlash card, that's why. You need to rename the SCSI device. Okay, so we're going to load that up. See, that's your CompactFlash card. Okay, so we're going to click on Change Drive Type. Now, I've done this before, that's why that's showing, so I'm just going to delete the old. Make sure it's on SCSI. And we're going to define new. Reconfiguration. Continue. Okay. Don't worry too much about this here. These usually won't be correct. But as long as this here is correct, and this usually is the same too, as the size of your CompactFlash card. So this looks good. So I'll click on OK. And then we'll click on OK again. If you notice, it says changed. So we're going to save changes to the drive. Okay, now it says not changed. Now we're going to partition that drive. Okay. And we're going to take that partition, and we're going to delete it because we want to use the whole 128 megabyte CompactFlash card. Or 121 meg CompactFlash card as the hard drive. Okay, so we're going to change this to DH0. We're going to make sure that it's a bootable drive because we're setting this up as a hard drive. Now, for you guys over in Europe, you want to keep this file system international FFS, fast file system. But if you live in the United States like I do, then you want to go over here to Advanced Options, and you want to change that. You want to uncheck International Mode. Okay? And you click on, click on OK. Okay, so we have DH0 is our partition device name. It's bootable. Boot priority is set to 0. Fast file system. And we have everything set up as one partition. We're just basically using the whole CompactFlash card. So we click on OK. And again, this is changed. So we have to save changes to the drive. Okay. And now we click Exit. Okay. Okay. So now what we have to do, we wait a moment. Now we have to format the CompactFlash card. Okay, and I'm going to call this Workbench. Okay, Workbench. We don't have to put the trash can because when we install Workbench 3.1, it will copy over the trash can. So I just usually uncheck that. Make sure it's fast file system. Do not quick format. We want a full format, especially if it's the first time you're setting up the CompactFlash card. You want a full format. I know it's going to be slower, but it just works better that way, I think. Click on Format. And this should go pretty quick. It should go pretty quick. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. And I'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, when I'm narrating these videos, sometimes my throat gets dry, mouth gets dry, so I need to take a sip of that, refreshing, that liquid refreshment, But as you can see, it's formatting pretty good. It's formatting pretty fast. Yeah. Now, you do it the same way on a real Amiga. Once you have the CompactFlash card prepped and set up on your PC using disk part, and you exit that program, the CompactFlash card should be ready to use even on a real Amiga computer. I'm just showing you how to do this with emulation, but you do it basically the same way on a real Amiga computer. It'll recognize, use HC tools, and it should recognize that CompactFlash card. And you do it basically the same way on a real Amiga. Now, this will also work with the Buddha IDE, the 20th anniversary Buddha IDE. This also works great for prepping and formatting the cards, or prepping the cards, for that board. This works pretty good for that too. Okay, so that CompactFlash card has been formatted. So now we're going to install Workbench 3.1. Okay. And click on your language. I'm English. I use the English language, so that's what I'm going to click on. Okay. Alright, so now it's asking for the Workbench disk, so we want to hit F12, and we want to, we're going to go to the floppy drives, and we're going to eject that install disk, and we're going to install the Workbench disk, and then we hit OK. Okay, and it should automatically proceed to copy the files over. So now it's actually copying Workbench 3.1 over to the CompactFlash card. And it's just that easy, boys and girls, just that easy. Okay, so now it wants the locale disk. So once again, we hit the F12 key, and you want to eject the disk. And we want to put in the locale ADF. And then hit OK. Alrighty. Now it wants the extras disk. So again, we hit the F12 key. We want to eject the disk and put in the, I think it said the extras disk. Yeah, extras. Okay. As you can see, it goes pretty fast. You're watching this in real time, so this doesn't take that long at all. Okay, now it wants Amiga Fonts disk, so we hit the F12 key again, eject that, and we put in the Fonts disk. Just that easy, boys and girls. It's really easy. I know a lot of videos like this, they make it seem overly complicated because I don't think they describe how to do it in a simple manner that's easily understood, like I have just now. I've taught you how to do everything from start to finish. Okay, and I think that this tutorial should be easy to follow, even for a beginner. Okay, so now it wants the storage disk. So again, we hit the F12 key, and you eject the disk, and we install the storage ADF. And we hit OK. Okay. You see it pop up on the emulated Amiga screen there. Now it wants the install disk again, so we hit the F12 key, eject that disk, and we insert the install disk. And you'll see it pop up here. Well, actually it was here because that was the first disk we put in, so the icon stayed there. And if you notice, it changed the icon on the hard drive, or the compact flash card. It changed the icon. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to hit F12 again because we want to eject the install disk. Okay. And we want to click on Proceed, and it should boot up off the compact flash card. That was fast. That was really fast. That's on the compact flash card. Oh wow, that's pretty fast. Yeah, 118 megabytes free. Almost 3 megabytes in use. So yeah, that's yeah. But anyway, that's how you do it. That's how you use your PC to prep, well, to wipe and prep a compact flash card so that it can be used on an Amiga computer. And then I showed you how to use the Amiga emulator, WinUAE, to partition and to format the compact flash card. And I taught you how to install Workbench 3.1 on that compact flash card. Now, it's the same way, it's done the same way on a real Amiga computer. So, you know. Anyway, that's it for this tutorial. My name is Hans George Campbell, and until next time.